I guess it's true what they say. Nothing's broken that can't be fixed.
You've always been an optimist, Franklin. It's how you made your money.
And how I lost it.
This is a good deal. It'll put you back on track.
Look who's the optimist now. Ready?
Darling, I know you're still at the club, but I had to share this with you. What impresses the eye is never apparent at first glance. But shut them and see what lingers there, seared on the retina. How you linger, year after year, on my closed eyes, in the unprotected space of my heart. The whites of your eyes gone dark, promises flickering like hallucinations on the edge. The whites of your eyes gone dark, promises flickering like hallucinations on the edge.
But you know what I did manage to salvage? It's an ugly word, isn't it? Salvage.
What did you manage to salvage?
Oh, Franklin's last 3 beeps. He'd call me several times a day, but when he was too busy to talk, he'd just press 1, 2, 3 on the phone. It meant I love you.
Esther, did you ever get the feeling that things were tougher for Franklin the last few years?
Tougher?
He made some bad investments, Esther. I mean, some really bad investments. He was just starting to see a turnaround when he passed away.
So what does that mean?
It means that you have no major source of funds. You will have to liquidate the estate and sell off all your assets just to stay afloat.
That's impossible.
I'm sorry.
How can there be nothing left?
There is this. It's not part of the estate, so it's protected from the liquidation. And Franklin bought this in your name in 1999. It's an older 8-bedroom and substantial lot.
In my name? But why?
The revenue on it from the tenants never even covered the taxes. But I do know it's in Jackson, Georgia. You own it free and clear. However, there is a catch.
What?
You have to go and establish residency.
What?
It's being used right now as some sort of a non-profit boarding house of some kind. Now, there are tenants, but we are trying to clear them out now. The tenancy laws are very tricky. They could drag their feet, be in there forever, but your presence can mitigate that.
What in the world are you suggesting? That I move to Mississippi?
Georgia.
And take up residence in a what? A boarding house?
It's more than a suggestion, Esther. I can't see any other options here. Unless there's family.
You know there isn't.
Esther, I'm trying to make this as plain as I can. You have nothing left but that. And I realize that it is going to be uncomfortable for a few months.
Uncomfortable?
Once they've moved out and you've sold it, you'll have a bit of money. You can make some real choices then.
No, I will not leave my home. Everything I've ever known? You cannot expect me to do this. No. Of course. No, Marjorie, I understand. It's a busy time. Maybe next week. Oh, really? Your grandkids? Oh, of course they're a priority. No, I wouldn't dream of... Oh, my goodness, am I interrupting your dinner? I had no idea. No, please, Carol, go. Go, I'll call you back. John, it's Esther. I will do this on one condition. You will put that Georgia house on the market immediately, tonight, and you will get me out of there as quickly as humanly possible.
I just landed you a very good broker. And I've got you some traveling companions.
Who? Oh. Franklin gave these to me when we were first married. Stand-ins for our children, he said. The ones we never had. Thank you, John.
They weren't that expensive.
I mean, thank you for knowing me well enough to realize I would have hated to lose them.
Esther, you're gonna be all right.
You know what, John? I believe that. Franklin had something in mind here. I can't imagine what. As he used to say, God closes one door and opens another. Maybe this is my open door. You're sure this is it?
This is the place, lady. Hey! Hey! Hey!
Excuse me.
Watch out and you won't get hurt.
Manners.
Visiting the old fire station, huh?
The old fire station?
Mm-hmm. Bunch of scum live there now. Watch your wallet.
Thank you, I will.
Yeah, nice, classy lady like you, they'll eat you for breakfast. That old fire station deserves better, I can tell you that much.
Are you here for me?
For you?
That piece of paper in your hand. Does it say Crystal?
Oh, no, it's this address, actually. I think it is, anyway.
Because I'm Crystal. Who are you?
Oh, well, I'm Esther. Crystal. That's a pretty name. It's not a pretty name?
Nope, it's because of the drug.
Excuse me?
My mommy, my real one, she liked this drug. It was called Crystal, so she named me after it. And you're here to take me away, right?
No. Why would I do that?
Because sometimes when they show up, they bring me a doll to hold.
Oh, no. You see, well, my husband,
Where is he?
My husband? He's no longer with us.
Ran out on you, huh? That's what my daddy did to my mommy. That's what men do.
Well, surely not all men.
I live with Tony and Ramona now. Tony won't let us have a television, and Ramona, she yells a lot, but they're okay. That's Jasmine. She's 9. But she doesn't talk.
Oh, that's sad.
She can. She just doesn't want to.
Never?
No one's ever hurt her. Can I see her?
Who? Actually, there are 3.
What are their names?
Well, this blonde one is Lilac. Then there's Olivia. And the one with the dark hair, that's Violet.
Love.
What?
Lilac, Olivia, Violet, and Esther. L-O-V-N-E. Love.
I never. How did you?
She's very bright. I'm Ramona, her foster.
Esther.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, huh? Trying to raise kids in a dump like this. So, what's your story?
I own a dump like this.
You're Mrs. Hobbs.
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry we didn't roll out the welcome mat for you.
Oh, no need.
But when someone's out to destroy my children's lives, not to mention mine and my husband's, my feelings of charity seem to fly right out the window. That's what I wish you would do right now. The higher, the better.
Hey, lady, you forgot your dolls.
Downstairs in the clothes hamper again.
Yeah, well, would it kill you to dig her out?
I have to do everything around here.
You said it, sister.
Look, I did not intend for this to happen. Did not intend for my husband to die. Did not intend to be left practically penniless to start my life over in middle age.
I didn't intend this either. To have to open a room to a woman who wants nothing more than to have us out. To have absolutely no idea what we're doing next or where. And I wish I could rustle up some sympathy for you. But the truth is, you make it pretty hard to feel sorry for you.
Now that's funny, because I was just thinking the same thing about you.
Lady, if you're truly without resources, I suggest you sell one of those diamonds you're wearing.
Too late. They're paste. Copies of what used to be. All except for this one. My engagement ring. I hear it's worth a big $600 now. Which means it's practically doubled in value since Franklin bought it for me nearly 30 years ago.
Well, surely you could go back to...
To where? I've got nowhere to go back to. Looks like I'm just as much an orphan as those children you've taken in.
Your room's upstairs, last door, end of the hall.
Hello, I'm Esther.
Who cares?
You just can't seem to stay out of the way, can you?
Hey, lady. You forgot these. There's more downstairs.
Thanks.
This isn't such a bad place once you get used to it.
Lord, thank you so much for all that you've given us, a house to live in, food on our table, and people who care about us. Please give us the strength and vision to serve you better each day. Amen.
So, if God's the one taking this house away, do we still have to thank him for it?
This house isn't gone yet, mister, so quit being a smart aleck and eat your dinner.
Hey, catch a hog.
Whoa, whoa, family of hogs.
Ew! Did you see what he just did? Gross. God, this family is disgusting. You know, you are such a germ freak and you let him do that.
Hey.
Hey, is that your answer for everything?
Hey!
Well, it looks like Max is going to be late again. Bet he's having fun with his mom.
Bet he's not. Bet she hasn't even fed him.
See how your sour attitudes trickle down?
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt the little run to eat every now and then.
And it wouldn't hurt you to teach him to skateboard.
Yeah, right. Man and Rex is gonna skateboard like that's gonna happen. At least we don't have to be that old broad upstairs.
Okay. Listen up. I will not have you kids calling her names.
Yeah. Only we get to do that.
Tony.
What? I'm backing you 100%.
So, when are we gonna split?
Nobody's splitting. Nobody's going anywhere.
Will we get to stay with you?
Of course.
Stupid old witch coming in here.
Justin.
Did you see her scarf? I mean, we've paid rent on this place for like 3 months.
Rich old witch.
Justin? Not that it matters since we're all out of here in 1.
She let me play with her dolls.
Sell out.
Kiss butt?
Hey! Now, you can say whatever you want to about that one upstairs, but the two of you will not pick on the girls. Is that clear?
Loud and.
What do you mean, say whatever you want about that one?
And what are you getting on me for? I'm trying to keep the peace here.
Ew!
I'm out of here. What? It's her turn to clean up.
No way. I'm going to Monica's.
For what?
Studying.
After you clean up?
All right, because you're the one with the algebra midterm tomorrow.
Are you just gonna let him go?
Yeah. Yeah, I am. As a matter of fact, I think they've been through enough in the last few weeks, don't you? Come to think of it. So have I. Get your coats on, girls. We are going for ice cream.
Yay!
What about this mess?
We'll get it when we get back, won't we, girls?
What are you looking at?
Nothing?
Hey, wait a second.
What? You promised.
I didn't take any. I swear. They're Monica's. She gave them to me so I could study, but I decided not to.
Study?
Funny. I can't keep them. I can't.
So toss them.
No, I don't want to. I want to wait a few days and then, like, give them back to her. Tell her I didn't need them. You know, that they've been around me this whole time and they didn't tempt me. That I'm finally over it.
They do tempt you.
Just shut up and stash them. Please. I hate that haughty little brother of yours. He's not my little brother.
Take it, cell phones don't work around here.
Maxie. Nope. Maxie, don't hang on to Mommy like that. Mommy has got things to do. I said don't hang on to me like that, okay? You are too big for that. Don't you wish, huh?
Nice hair extension stuff.
You like?
Not really, no.
Maxie, let go of me now. Ramona just doesn't quite get fashion.
They're a little bit pricey, aren't they, Steph?
Sheesh. Talk about penny wise and pound foolish, huh? You gotta feel good about yourself, don't you? It's all about self-esteem, and sometimes those material things, they can give you the little boost you need. That is some nice bling you got, that's what I'm saying.
Just stay okay, okay?
Maxie, I bet Ramona's got a surprise for you in the kitchen.
Has he had his meds?
Well, we were a little busy, you know? Okay, Maxie, that is enough carrying on, right? Mommy's gotta go. So just go eat, why don't you?
Oh, Max, baby, it's okay. It's okay. Listen to me now. You know your mom loves you, right? She's just not used to having a little kid around anymore. And until she gets used to it, well, you've got this whole other family right here who loves you. We're just like a
Pit stop.
Who are you?
My name is Esther, and I'll be staying with you for a while.
Where's Tony?
Well, he's out with the girls.
Oh.
Esther's trying to tell you something, so why don't you listen up, all right?
Yeah, like I was saying, like a pit stop. The place they take those race cars when they break down. But even though a wheel may be off, or maybe the radiator is smoking.
Steaming?
Precisely. Everyone is still working on the same crew, all still in the same race. It's like Ramona said, you're all in this together.
Not you?
Me? Oh, no.
No, I'm just a visitor.
Self-esteem. Hey, I've got an idea. Why don't you try taking care of your kid instead of your hair and see if that works? I'm gonna make some hot chocolate. It never comes out very well, but I hear it's the thought that counts. The monstrous thing about his mother is that she has no idea how monstrous she is.
And to think so many women would give anything to be mothers.
You want to know how Max came to us? With a small brown paper bag in his hand. Inside was a toothbrush that looked like he had had it half his life. A bottle of pills for his hypertension.
Hypertension? At his age?
Yeah, poor kid. And 4 baseball cards, one of them torn and taped back together. Not to mention impetigo on his lip and scabies in his hair. So, you were saying you never had any kids of your own?
One. He was a tubal, a little boy. We named him Samuel. Samuel Allen Hobbs. When he died, I cried for months. Hardly anyone understood.
We're home.
Look at the condition of this thing. I keep asking Tony to paint it, but 14-hour days he works. Esther helped me with Max.
It's been a long night. You going to bed?
Hey, Tony. Breakfast is at 7. Didn't mean to conspire with the enemy there, General. Maybe you should run me up on charges.
Yeah? Well, she is the enemy, and you know she is.
No. No, she isn't the enemy. You know she isn't. We have an enemy, you're right about that, but it isn't her. Tony, come on. I mean, we both got into this work because we understood that the enemy isn't flesh and blood, and that you're either working to promote the good or strengthen the evil. And now you want to take that evil and put a human face on it? I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way.
Well, then what are we supposed to do? Just smile and be nice?
No, we're supposed to actually try to love her and understand her. She said it herself. In a way, she's just as much an orphan as our kids are.
She said that? She's just feeling sorry for herself.
Yeah, probably. But our kids feel sorry for themselves, and they're cold and defiant and have trouble adjusting, so what's the difference?
The difference is she's grown up. She should know better. Have a little compassion.
Yeah, well, we're grown-ups, too. We should know better and have a little compassion, too. But we don't. Not usually.
Now, see what you did? You made me swallow my toothpaste.
God, if you're there, please help me.
Psst. I hear there's a buyer. And the sooner they get rid of those vermin, the better.
I'm sorry.
My grandpa, he used to work there. Now he's turning over in his grave to see what's become of it.
You actually see something wrong with taking in children?
Go on. Get back over there where you came from. You and your pretty jewelry. And it's probably fake anyway.
God, I said help me, not hurt me. What now? So seriously, what now? What in heaven's name do I do now? I've got no one to turn to. Not a soul. And I'm not used to turning to you. I just don't know how to make it right. I don't know where to go from here. How do I live with myself if I kick them out? And if I don't? How do I live, period? Morning. I thought you could use a hand. You mentioned breakfast at 7?
Oh, that. God didn't anoint me to cook. God anointed me to take in kids no one else wants and then make them suffer through meal times. The cereal's wherever you can find it, and milk's in the fridge. Help yourself.
Ready for seconds?
Fourths. Mornings are a little rough around here. Tony's already left for work. The girls are outside waiting for the bus. Justin has an appointment with his PO.
The post office?
Probation officer.
A boy his age has already been to prison?
He's a juvie.
I see. Well, then I'll cook dinner.
Sure. I mean, if you want. You cook?
Is that so hard to believe?
No, of course not.
Actually, I rather enjoyed cooking for my husband. So I attended a culinary school a while back.
Well, what, like the cordon bleu? You did? Oh, brother. I thought we could swap recipes for French fries.
Oh, they do French fries there. They just call them pommes frites.
Well, it's my turn to work at church's food drive today. Can I help? You really want to help?
Sure.
You could take Justin to his appointment. He'll tell you how to get there. You do know how to drive, don't you?
Better than you can cook.
Justin!
What?
Don't what me, mister. Come down here now.
Oh, aren't these the girls?
Yeah, they're always doing that, going off without
It's
them.
okay. I got it.
Justin, hurry up! How many times do I have to tell you? Justin!
Knock it off! Coming!
Perhaps they were both dyslexic, never clear on the difference between marital and Marshall.
Girls, you forgot your sweaters. Let's see. Here you go.
No, that's mine.
Oh, I thought it says Jasmine.
Well, it used to be Jasmine's, but now it's mine.
Okay. There you go.
Thank you. Jasmine says thank you, too.
So, what's up there?
Clouds.
I mean, you know, what are they? Are they, dragons, horses, a bear?
No, they're just clouds, water, and little bits of ice.
Little bits of ice, huh? You mean like crystal?
Okay, but if you see dragons, bears, or horse, maybe you need a little more sleep.
You know what else crystal means? It means clear, translucent, easily understood.
Those aren't very good names.
Well, tell me about them, the clouds.
Nimbus, rain clouds.
Well, then shouldn't we be getting inside?
See how slow they're going? We got 2 more hours.
Ah, of course.
The bus still isn't here? I'm so sick of calling for you, Justin!
What?
And what are you taking the skateboard for?
Just 'cause.
Hey, Prince Charming, you think you might wait for the lady?
We like her a little, okay?
This is what we're driving?
This is what you're driving. I don't even have my permit yet. But I mean, I could drive if you want me to.
No, quite all right. How do you call the elevator?
Speed limit's 55.
Oh, I'm under it.
Yeah, by 20.
That's quite an interesting tattoo. What's it represent?
Dude, no. No, don't go there, all right?
Justin, you're up. You signing for him today?
Signing?
Yeah. I'll need your name, an in and out, and we'll be a half hour at the most. Let's go.
Well, looks like the rain is almost here. I guess your sister was right.
My sister?
Crystal, she told me that the rain would be coming.
How clueless are you? The moment I'm out of that house, I will never see the kid again.
Max is back. Your turn to watch him. And you got a call? John, somebody? Said he's your lawyer.
Oh, what did he say?
Not much. Told him you and Justin were in the pickup truck on the way to see his PO. He got real quiet after that.
So, are you gonna hang around?
When?
Now?
Are you asking me to babysit Max?
Well, I mean, he does have a certain medical condition.
Then ask.
Okay, watch Max.
You're welcome. Doing homework?
Yeah.
I have to make a phone call, but I won't be long. If you need to leave this room for any reason, can you come and tell me?
Yeah.
Have you taken your medicine today?
Yeah.
John, I'm not saying don't sell. I'm just saying wait.
This is not the reaction I expected my news to get.
I'm telling you, I just need to rethink things, that's all.
It makes no difference, Esther. We have already opened escrow. Seller cannot just get out from under that, as you so blithely put it. I owe my business to Franklin. I swore to him that if anything ever happened to him, I would take care of you.
I appreciate that, John, I do. But if you don't give me the name and phone number of this buyer, our friendship is terminated.
Hello? Hello?
Get away from me.
That looks pretty nasty.
Just, I said back off, all right? Back off. Give me some space.
Okay,
please.
okay, fine.
Oh, God.
Look, if you take my arm, can you stand up? Okay.
Yeah. I'm chill, dude. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Pretty lame thing of me to do anyways.
I think we ought to get you to the doctor.
Way you drive? Bleed to death.
Good, it's not as bad as it looked.
Hello? Hey, lady, it's some man. Says he's your lawyer.
I'm bandaging Justin. Tell him I'll call him back.
She can't come to the phone right now. She's with Justin all bloody in the kitchen.
It's absurd.
Dude, that thing is Frank. You should toss it out or something.
Oh, no, I'm keeping it.
What for?
Because it's stained with the blood of a hero.
You check my file.
I know I shouldn't have. But I recognized your name, Calabrese. I read about you in the papers.
Yeah, well, that's old.
No, you saved your father's life.
So what? He died of cancer a year later.
But Justin, he lived that whole year, knowing that his son was willing to dive into a wrecked car to save him. Do you have any idea how proud, how humbled he must have felt to be that loved? Max? Max?
No worries. It's my turn to watch him.
Perhaps they were both dyslexic, never clear on the difference between marital and martial. Thought the wedding march was by John Philip Sousa or Francis Scott Key. Bombs bursting in the living room, kitchen, beat of muffled drums, sharp staccato, racket of sticks on rims, crack of ribs, crack of small arms fire, small children abandoned in the corners like spent shell casings.
Esther, thank you for... What's wrong?
This was my husband's book. Why would someone have done this? Just come into my room uninvited.
It's like they know your point of maximum vulnerability and they just aim right for it.
I see. And we're just supposed to take it because these kids are damaged? Because they have some nasty scars?
You might say that. I mean, one of them has it right across the rib cage in the shape of a belt buckle. I'm so sorry about your book.
Max told me this is where you come to unwind. I really didn't mean to be the cause of your winding. I invaded your house, expecting... Well, I don't know what I was expecting. I was in so much pain myself that I just wasn't thinking. I thought Franklin left me this house, left it to me for a reason. Pretty crazy, huh?
Oh, no. Not really.
Anyway, I want to let you know that the house is in escrow.
So soon.
Yes, but I have the buyer's contact information. He's got an office in town, and I'm going to go and see him. I'm going to stop the sale.
You're joking.
Not even a little.
But even if you could do that, I mean, then what? You know, you already said this is all you have. You have nothing other than this. What are you going to do?
I don't know. One shaky, insubstantial step at a time. I'm just gonna tell him that he has to release escrow because it's the right thing to do. Oh, brother. You see what I mean, God? What if you're not there to inspire him? Then what? One shaky, insubstantial bridge at a time.
These children have all been traumatized.
Yes, well, you know what they say about a done deal.
It's vital that they not be separated again.
Throw a rock out the window, Mrs. Hobbs. See how many sad stories you hit.
Would you at least consider renting the house back to the family for the same amount?
Now, why would I want to do that when I can fit 15 condos into the same space?
You're going to tear it down?
This town is growing, Mrs. Hobbs. What used to be considered a marginal neighborhood is not so marginal anymore. 15 moderately priced condos will do quite well.
Smells good. Minestrone?
I hope you don't mind. I clean up after myself pretty well. When it comes to cooking, at least.
Wow. I don't understand. How can people be so mean? Not to mention that I prayed. And I mean, God isn't on the side of these kids. I don't know.
Don't count God out yet. His ways aren't our ways. Which is probably a good thing because most of the time our ways pretty much suck. How soon before it's ready?
Oh, it's ready now.
Great. Max! Girls, get down and set the table!
I've already set the table. But I couldn't find the good china, so I used the paper.
The paper is our good china. Hey! How many times have I told you? Stop running down the stairs. These kids are gonna be the death of me.
What's wrong?
What in the world happened here?
We were playing, all of a sudden he fell down.
I'm dizzy. My heart hurts.
Call 911. All right, baby.
Well, the good news is it wasn't a heart attack.
Well, what was it then?
An idiopathic seizure, possibly brought on by accelerated heart rate, though it's hard to tell. We found amphetamines in his system.
Speed?
A fairly low dose, but it's systemic, and it's been in his system for a few days. It was the buildup that stressed his heart. I'm going to have to report this to social services.
Oh, no.
But how did he get speed in his system?
I was hoping you could tell me.
Tony, Ramona.
You brought amphetamine into the house, into my house, and then you put it in Max's prescription bottle?
Didn't mean to get Max.
Oh, you didn't mean to?
It was the first thing I grabbed. Everyone was yelling, Justin, hurry up. And I just forgot, all right?
You forgot?
Why is everybody repeating what I'm saying?
What were you doing with them to begin with?
It was mine. Well, it wasn't mine. Everyone was using it to study. Well, I didn't even want it, so I asked Justin to put it someplace safe.
Someplace safe.
How was I supposed to know he was going to put it in Max's prescription bottle?
Just till I got back. After dinner, I was going to put it someplace safe.
Yeah, and then you forgot.
I was doing you a favor. You and your druggy little friend.
Now, speaking of which, who gave those pills to you?
They're called tabs. What? I'm just saying.
Who gave them to you?
I'd rather not say.
Monica.
You are never seeing her again.
Whatever.
You know they could take Max away for this. They could take you all away.
Take us away? Are you kidding me? In 3 weeks, we're all gonna be gone anyways. What does it matter?
Yeah, you talk about not seeing Monica. I'm never going to see any of you guys again.
Terry and Justin actually came clean about something.
Yeah. We thought it was going to be such a big deal miracle when it happened.
That's exactly what it was.
Right now, it doesn't feel like much.
Hey. You know what the Bible says? Never despise the day of small beginnings.
We're talking about people's lives here, John. You've got to try to stop that man. All right, good night. And thanks.
What do you want?
There's some jewelry missing out of my room. Do you know anything about it?
Yeah, it wasn't me.
I know that.
I mean, you know, it could have been anybody.
Uh-huh. And this anybody, what would they do with it? Throw it away? Sell it?
How am I supposed to know? Sell it, I guess.
Where would they sell it?
I don't know. Pawn it.
Are there pawn shops in town?
Yeah. Over on Chester across from my P.O. Jackson Pawn, I think it is.
Thank you.
For what?
What's wrong with you? This used to be a nice neighborhood before they came along, and now you too.
Well, you'll be happy to know that they'll soon be leaving. Someone's bought the property, and they're going to be tearing it down to build condominiums.
Tear down the old fire station. It's been here since the Civil War.
Look, you must have someplace else in mind. This doesn't look anything like an old fire station.
You think I don't know my own community's history? You're even a bigger fool than I thought. Don't that beat all?
I missed the obvious.
Breakfast is served. Come and get it.
I thought I'd make breakfast for everyone this morning. I was hoping it was early enough to catch Tony, too.
He took the morning off to pick up Max.
Good. Listen, I might need your help.
No problem. Hey, you bunch of lazy bums! Esther's prepared a real breakfast, so get your butts down here now!
Actually, that's not what I meant, but...
So what's up?
Well, I have a few things on my mind, and... Nothing. We'll talk at breakfast.
Good food.
So, these are our blueberries?
Mm-hmm. I picked them earlier.
Earlier than this?
Jasmine, get your fingers out of the syrup. Crystal, hush up.
What am I supposed to talk about? We can't talk about Maxie or the house
Crystal,
or...
enough. You were saying...
Eat your French toast.
I am.
You were saying...
I had a conversation with that woman across the street last night. She's a bit...
Whacked out of her head?
Don't you start.
What did I say?
Anyway, she mentioned something again about this place having once been a firehouse. Is that true?
No idea. Why?
Well, it might be important.
Why's that?
Well, first I have to find out if it actually was or not. Then we can discuss options.
You're saying we might have some?
Might being the operative word.
Okay, that's good, right? So, What's the mystery about?
Nothing. I just don't want to get people's hopes up.
Too late for that, lady.
Can you trust me on this, please? I just need to know where the Hall of Records is.
Oh, it's downtown in the courthouse.
Oh, near Justin's P.O.
Exactly.
Perfect. Where the pawn shop is. What's the name of it? Jackson Pawn.
Tony? Say excuse me.
Excuse me. Good food.
I lost my girl. I lost my dog. I just can't win and I ain't got no friends. I just got fired.
Get a life.
Don't look away. Don't look back. Pull it together. We'll tear it apart. Look back, never can dream.
Excuse me. I need information on 41 Meadowlark Lane.
You look it up yourself on microfiche.
Yes, right there on the microfiche. Uh-huh. Now, what I need is the name of a local judge. Someone traditional who cares about the history of this community. Mm-hmm. Someone who can give this gentleman, this Mr. White, some real grief. Thank you, John.
Dad, customer.
Did a teenage girl bring in any items in the last few days? About 5'2", crazy color in her hair?
Not that I recall.
Yeah, crazy hair. You remember.
Okay, what about her?
The items she brought in, they were stolen from me.
Get back to your homework. I haven't had a chance to sort through this, but half this stuff is paste. Did you know that?
Yes. I also know that a good paste piece can fetch several $100s. 2 of those upwards of 1,000 or more.
Look, I don't want any trouble or anything. So if you want your stuff back, maybe we can negotiate.
I don't care about the jewelry.
Then what do you care about?
The very same thing you care about. The life of a child. Justin, I need your help.
I'm busy.
I'm not asking.
Watch it, short stuff. Last one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jasmine, would you like to see something that no one else has seen? Come in here. It's only silver plate, and of course it's inferior linen and mismatched china, but it is pretty, don't you think? Now, you come here and pick out a teacup, and whichever one you pick out, it'll be your special cup. So, which one? This one Why, that's a lovely choice. See, you're an expert already. Do you see how, when you hold it up to the light, you can almost see through it? It's called porcelain, and it's a very, very fine china. It has to be handled very carefully by a very delicate hand. There you go. Do you want to know another secret? I have a plan to save the house. Hi.
What are you looking at?
You?
Is there something you want to say? Because you're gonna say it anyway. So head on.
Do you know how old this is? It's over 100 years old. My grandmother gave it to me when I was your age. She was very ill at the time, and I remember going in to visit her. The place smelled like death. And I was so sorry because I didn't want to lose her. She smiled up at me, and she twisted a lock of my hair in her finger, and she clipped it back with this. I looked in the mirror, and suddenly, it was as if I could see myself through her eyes, through the eyes of someone who loved me so much that her very last thought was for me. And for the first time in my life, I felt beautiful. I don't suppose you would ever wear something quite this dated in your hair. But with your wonderful fashion sense, I imagine you'll find some use for it.
Excuse me, Judge, your 11:30 is here.
But surely public sentiment for the historical nature of the property.
Public sentiment can only make laws eventually.
That's what I tried to tell her. I can tear the place down before she can stop me.
Mr. White, have you done your homework about me? I tend to favor preservationist causes.
Sir, I can stand in front of any judge. I've got the law on my side.
Unfortunately for you, Mr. White is right in this case.
Judge Washington, these children have been uprooted over and over again. Now they finally have two parents who love them.
Mrs. Hobbs, I was a family judge for 26 years. There's some real tragedies out there. If people knew how many, it might not be so easy for them to look the other way.
That's exactly what I told her. Throw a rock out the window and see how many sad stories you hit.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Hobbs. All the goodwill in the world can't change the law.
I understand.
If Mr. White wants to deprive a bunch of children of a house and a family, that's his God-given right.
Obviously, that was not my intent. But sometimes financial considerations preclude.
Of course. Of course. All I can do is forewarn him that it might be less than pleasurable for him to build. Picketing, the bad press.
I'll just have to brave it.
And of course the investigation.
What investigation?
Well, Mr. White, surely you realize Mrs. Hobbs will rally citizens against you. She'll file a claim. And since the place really was a Civil War firehouse, we'll be forced to investigate. And while we do so, of course, you won't be able to touch the house. And naturally, if Mrs. Hobbs does raise enough ruckus to classify it as a nationally historic residence, construction will have to cease immediately, even if you're nearly done. Thank you for coming. So, Mrs. Hobbs, how did you even know you had a shot?
First-hand experience. My husband, Franklin, once bought a teardown that was later deemed a historical landmark. He lost his shirt on that deal.
I see. Your husband, he's still in the real estate business?
I'm a widow.
I know what that's like. I'm sorry.
Judge Washington, I have one more request to ask of you.
Thanks, Victor. Oh, there you are.
Judge, thank you so much for everything.
I just spoke with social services. They probably will extend Justin's parole by 6 months, and both teens will have to attend drug counseling and prevention.
Oh, thank God.
But that's not all of it. I mean, you'll still have to go through the process, fill out the paperwork, have them come by, and they'll be keeping their eye on you, as they should. But if they don't find other problems in the household, you should be okay.
What about Max?
Well, that's a bit tougher. I can tell you that social services contacted his mother, but she declined to take him back. Claimed he would be too much of a hardship in her current situation.
Yeah, they don't allow 9-year-olds in bars. What?
However, that doesn't preclude them from recycling him back into the system.
Oh, no.
But if you can promise daily close supervision, I can write a letter of recommendation on your behalf. They know me pretty well over there.
It's fine. We'll be doing that anyway. When he's not at school or with Ramona, he's going to be with me.
Good. And how about you, Mrs. Hobbs? Will you be sticking around? I'm sure they could use an extra hand.
I have to confess, your hot chocolate is better than mine.
That's not such a big confession, Ramona. So?
So, you said something to me when I first met you, Tony. That this town needed 10 more foster homes like this one? 20? You meant that, right?
Well, yes, I did.
Good. Because that's what I want to do. Eventually. I mean, we can work on fixing this one up together, or I can keep renting you this house and find investors to go do it somewhere else. But one way or the other, I am doing it.
Oh, yes! Now, I have to warn you, you're seeing fostering through rose-colored glasses. I mean, not all foster kids are as amazingly well-adjusted and well-behaved as ours, you know. Are you sure this is what you want to do? Spend your life doing?
That is such a strange phrase. Spend your life. As if it were currency we dole out. Like, I want to spend mine watching TV every night.
Exactly. I hate that thing.
We know, Tony.
And when you're done with all that spending, you'll have spent your life on nothing. Or on something worthwhile. Girls, what are you doing still up?
We couldn't sleep.
Well, I can understand that. Hang
Hang on a moment.
You think she's gonna give me a teacup?
They're feeling a bit overwhelmed, too. And I'm getting a little too old to take care of them. Good night.
Their names are Lalik, Olivia, and Violet. Love.
How is this supposed to save the house?
Elbows, please. Elbows? No, don't put them up. Keep them down. Don't crunch them to your sides. You know, just hold them naturally. I meant off the table. Max, keep your shoes on.
How'd you know? 'Cause she can smell your feet.
Oh, Crystal, we are polite at the table. No talking about bodily odors. Oh, Justin, try to keep the spoon from touching the sides or the bottom.
Well, then how am I supposed to stir it?
Silently. Very good, Jasmine. Everybody do it just like Jasmine.
Good afternoon. My name is Crystal. Not like the jug. Like bits of ice in nimbus clouds. It also means clear.
What in the world are you doing?
Good afternoon. My name is Crystal.
Not bad.
Oh my goodness, it's time to get ready.
Go get dressed. I can take it from here.
Are you sure?
Yes, go get dressed. Get us Sylvester's. You too. Go! Go!
My name is Crystal. Not like the jug. Like bits of ice in nimbus clouds. It also means clear.
No, thank you, dear.
And this is my sister, Jasmine. Her name is a type of flower or odor, or...
Look at how beautiful the girl.
I'll go check on her odor. I mean order.
Yeah, more people showed up than I realized.
Do you know what's Archer Pesto?
I believe I have a reservation.
Oh, will you excuse me for a moment, please? Just a minute. You two look absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Jasmine, did you say something? was it, sweetheart?
Thank you.
These children are different. They're damaged. And that's when
You fell in love with them.
Oh, not at all. That's when I found that mismatched china in the pawn shop.
Come again?
The china we used for the investors' tea party. It's so beautiful, so fragile. Each piece so different, and yet they fit so well together, don't you think?
That's a very nice analogy.
Oh, it's just, well, I mean, I could tell you how Jasmine has seen such ugliness in her life, and yet she's so drawn by beauty. Or how Crystal's biggest desire is to belong, to be needed. Or how Justin saved his father's life, only to watch him die a year later. He's actually a terrific kid who's already seen his share of tragedy. They're all like that, every one of them. It's as if they were sitting in that pawn shop window, forgotten, mismatched pieces. And then Tony and Ramona, they noticed them. They held them up to the light. And all of a sudden they were beautiful, translucent, absolutely precious. Salvage. You know, I used to think that was an ugly word, but now I sort of like the sound of it. It reminds me of salvation. So what do you think? Will the investors invest?
It's not exactly an investment, Esther. They'll never see their money again. But it is a good cause.
Well, will the good causers cough up some dough?
Well, you can be certain of one.
Oh, I know. I can always count on John.
Oh, I didn't mean your attorney. I'm talking about me. You sure found your calling, huh?
Well, it's more like it found me.
You know how for the past 15 years you've been trying to make us read poetry? Well, we did you one better. We each wrote one. For you, for your birthday. We took in a stray, and you took us in as well, and gave us vision.
Our smallest dream is a seed that, when planted, grows to make other dreams. It's haiku.
It's beautiful. Thank you. I was just thinking about how far we've come.
Still reminiscing?
It's been a lovely day.
Oh, it's not over yet.